peace. Spend some time with yourself, alone in the dark. And think about it. I know it is hard to continue onward. It is for everyone. The difficulty is its own reward. But sit with yourself and think what life would be like if you gave up. If you quit being who you are, or following the path, the pattern that is unique to you. What would come of you? And those that are close to you, those that you love, what would they miss out on? And I think that is such a funny thing. It is a funny thing because you are always being handed everything. As long as you are willing to do whatever is necessary. And a lot of times we will think to ourselves, well, I'm not getting there. I'm not getting there. Perhaps we should consider whatever your goal is, whatever your desire is, whatever your circumstance is. Perhaps it has a purpose that is beyond your arrogant, perhaps, attainment. Your desire for that. You're seeking for that, whatever it is. Perhaps you are not meant to touch it. Perhaps it is there for you to learn and for you to grow, and for others and for your own being to receive a benefit from that. And this is a good thing to understand. If you spend a lot of time with yourself, if you are very honest, then you will know this to be true. The more that you learn about yourself, the more you pay attention to your life's pattern, your life cycle, the more you will understand that you do not know what you are becoming, and you do not know who you are truly. You are always finding that out. You are always becoming more of what is true of you in spite of what you have desired to be. And there is so much within that. There is so much within that. And if you're very honest, if you spend a lot of time with yourself, and you think and you reflect and you look at yourself, your contradictions, your rights, your wrongs, the things that in the past you have dreamed of, and how in this moment now, perhaps you have new dreams, different ones. Perhaps you have gotten better and you desire better for yourself. Imagine if you were given your greatest desire at every moment, how ignorant you would be, how weak you would be. Because that is not what you are here for, is immediate gratification. You're here for something far more special than that. You are worth far more than that. Your ability to contribute positively is far greater than immediate gratification. That is a beautiful thing to consider, to have an awareness of. Because if you arm yourself with that, and it is a daily practice, it is an immediate practice, and we will not always meet that. But if we do it honestly and we do it truly, if we're diligent in it, if we can remind ourselves of that, you are armed with something very, very special in understanding that your process of development is continual and ongoing. You are a work in progress, now and forever. The greater you become, the more depth, the more presence that you have, the more awareness of yourself that you have, the greater ability that you have to navigate your own being, the farther the goalpost will be. And the alternative to it is not to sit on our hands and decide, okay, I'm nothing then. I will never reach this destination, I'm nothing. It's okay, I do not need to want. I do not need to desire, I do not need to dream. That is not the answer to it. The answer is being participant in the adventure. The answer is being who you are in this moment, and in the next moment, and in the next moment, without attachment, but completely involved in your human being, in your human life, in the nature that would seek to experience and manifest within and before you. That God decided you will be a human being and you will have this experience, and that you are willing to honor God in that. Heaven is home. You will get there someday. Maybe it will be today. Maybe this is already within you. Maybe you never left home. Maybe this journey you are on, this depth of experience, that you are willing in it, that you are participant in it, coincides with this, that you are at home. That is what God wants to see from you. Not that we hide away, lock ourselves away, and wait for a day that we are not in this world. But that you experience, that you learn, and that you grow, that you have experiences where you are incorrect, where you are not so perfect, where you are not so safe, or perhaps you may have been condemned. Perhaps you have done this to yourself. And perhaps you will find in it salvation, something that is ever present and loving and giving and grateful, and that has created you with a purpose that you would experience this. It is a funny thing, man. The way a human being knows that they are imperfect and is always continually chasing to be perfect, without a consideration that something that is perfect created you as imperfection for a beautiful purpose. Not that you would not seek to better yourself or to improve, but to understand your imperfection is beautiful. It is beautiful. You do not need to be like the others. You only need to be like yourself. That is what God created. You to be you. Them to be them. And for us to be able to experience ourselves and each other in that various way, in that infinite way. What a wonderful gift that is, you know. It is a funny thing. I sit down here and I talk a bit every day. And I get to realize myself in the beauty of all that is in this entirely imperfect world. And I get to remind myself here, and I get to laugh a little bit, and I get to smile, and I get to think about the day that I have had and how I have not been perfectly grateful or perfectly humble. That the thoughts that I have had or the feelings about myself in the world, they're not always perfect. And to be able to appreciate it and to be able to experience it here in this moment as I share this with you and as I listen to myself, I get to remember God in every moment that perhaps I have forgotten during my day. I get to remember God. And that is always my practice, you know. But I'm not perfect, and neither are you. And this is a good thing for both of us and for the world, for what we find here. Beautiful love and truth. Glory, grace, strength, thanks. Grateful, God, that you are courage, strength, protection. I'm with you. Peace.